Oh, good evening, my friends and family of My Florida Mortgage Solutions. I am Jose Rivera, your loan originator that you can trust. And today's Tuesday, so today we're going to be doing the Tuesday tips every Tuesday around this time, specifically at 6 o'clock. You guys can connect with us in order to know the tips of the day, the tips of the week that is going to help you in order to accomplish that amazing dream, which is to be able to own your house. So the purpose of today is not only talking about the importance of how to increase your FICO score. Also, we're going to identify by doing that what is the biggest benefit by being able to do that, okay? So one of the things about living here, United States of America, it's a blessing to be here, is that you got to know a little bit about the history of this amazing country. This country, for many, many, many years ago, what was super important is how much land did you own. That was the most important thing that used to be in the past. Then after that, it was how many properties you owned. Then how much cash do you have? In these days, on the world that we're living today, specifically here in the United States of America, there's a lot of factors to increase the economy. And one of the best ways to increase the economy is not necessarily counting that the mass of people who have all that cash to buy the goods. So what did they end up doing? They created this system that we call it financing. And by creating this system of financing, if you have the ability to finance the bigger items, like cars, houses, and properties, then you will have more money to spend on the little things, like buying clothing, buying things for your house, and buying many things. Now, because of this reality and this fact, it made the consumer or switch a little bit of what is important on these days for you to be able to be successful. So that factor is credit. Based on the credit, based on how you manage your accounts, your credit history, and your credit score allows you to be able to accomplish many things, because there's many items that you may need to buy with credit that by you having the right knowledge of how the credit works, it will actually gives you the vehicle in order for you to be successful, specifically in this land, the land of the free. So the land of the free is a very important factor, but the part free is a very crucial thing. So the fact that you know that you're free means that you need to gain the knowledge in order for you to make the decisions now that you're free. Because otherwise, without having the knowledge, what's going to happen? You're going to start making all kinds of decisions, and then you could fail. So here on the Tuesday tips, we want to make sure that you have the right information. So in that way, when you're making those plans in order for you to make those big purchases, specifically here that we represent the mortgage industry, that we help our consumers to do that, proper planning. And proper planning, not only financially, but also with your credit, allows you to get the best program out there. So listen, everybody, in this specific factor. So how to increase your FICO score. There's a lot of information out there on specifically things that you could do in order to increase your score. Many people, they're concentrated a lot on what they see on Credit Karma. Oh, somebody pulled my credit went low. Oh my goodness, I made this purchase and my credit went higher. But at the end of the day, not very many people know exactly what is it that I have to do, not only to maintain my credit score, but to make sure that I get the highest score possible. One of the biggest benefits, specifically when you're purchasing a mortgage and your score is higher, you're letting know whoever is about to give you the loan, specifically in these days, what we're talking about financing a home, the mortgage, is you're telling them how responsible. It's how they look at your credit file, the way your credit history shows. It will let them know how responsible are you. the longevity of your credit, how well you manage your accounts. All those key factors will allow them to make the decision. And when they make that decision based on your credit score and what they can see in your credit, they will be able to give you the best program available. So whenever people see those advertisements about the lowest interest rate and the lowest programs available out there, guess what? You have to learn exactly what you got to do in order to make sure that right before you're about to purchase it, that you can increase that credit score. So whenever you get ready to submit that contract, to be able to go and engage with a mortgage company, you get the best of the best. So always remember that here in My Florida Mortgage Solutions, we're about to give you the information that most creditors don't want to give you. You want to know why? Because if they give you this information, they're gonna be in disadvantage, because of course the lower your score, the higher the rate they're gonna charge you, the more money they make on you. So here we're about to give you this information so please get your papers ready, get your pen ready, that we're about to start with this amazing info. Number one, if you want to get your FICO score, it's not only because you're making your payments on time and you've never been late. That is a key factor actually. If you make your payments on time, your credit will be good. But if you want to increase your credit score, you must know the combination, the right formula in order to accomplish that. So in regards to credit cards, which is called revolving credit, that you use it and then you pay it down and then you can use it again. That's why it's called revolving credit. The key factor is not only about that you're making the payments on time. I have plenty customers that they always they never miss a beat of the payment. But guess what? The credit score is not that high. The reason why is because they don't know the one important factor about credit cards. The one important factor about credit cards is the percentage of the balance versus the limit of the credit. So what happens? If you have a credit card right now that the credit limit is $1,000, it's your limit, you can make all your payments on time. But if for some reason your balance is $900, that means that you're over what you're supposed to have, and your credit score is you're too close from your limit. The reason why your credit score cannot go higher, actually it will go lower even though you don't miss the minimum payments, is because most people that file bankruptcy, the first thing they do is to increase their balances. They cash all their money and then they say to the government or to the judge or to whoever, I'm not going to make this payment. So that's why they lower your score so you don't get higher limits. So what you got to do is, you do not do that. You have to keep no more than 30%. That means if your credit card is $1,000, your balance cannot be any more than $300. If you keep that in mind and you use this very simple basics principle, your credit score only will be much higher. Okay? Second thing that you could do, balance on credit cards versus closing the credit cards or closing them. Okay, sometimes I've seen consumers that they prefer, well, if I'm not using them, let me just have a zero balance. That sounds good. Financially, that's a very good thing. But if you want to get your credit go up before you buy or purchase something in credit, you must have a very small balance, keep it the way I'm saying it, and then after you purchase the item, specifically a mortgage, they pay them off. And you don't have any more balances. But in regards to these big purchases, whichever the lower rate will be, it will help you tremendously in saving a lot of money in your monthly payment. So being able to not close the credit cards or not have just zero balances, just have a very small balances, less than 30%, you're gonna be amazing on your credit. Third thing is to be an authorized user. If you're someone that is very young and doesn't have any credit and doesn't have any history, one of the key factors that could be done is if somebody allows you to put you as an authorized user. When you do that, you'll be able to gain some of the credit that they had or the history from all those years. The only thing is you got to be careful, because if whoever is about to put you as an authorized user, if they don't make the payments, it will lower your credit score. So parents or grandparents, if you want to help someone to increase their credit, don't give them the card so they don't spend the money, but you can put them as an authorized user and their credit score will be much higher. Medical bills, a lot of people get that. A lot of people, something could happen, you go to the emergency room or something. Medical bills is one of those things that could drop your credit. However, if you have the ability to negotiate and pay them off, you can actually tell the creditor, whoever they may be, when you pay them or when you settle with them, those little amounts, you can tell them, if I paid you off, would you remove it from the credit report? If they agree, they'll send you a letter, you pay them off, and guess what? It's not going to be a factor, and your credit score could be 20, 30, 40 points for some people, okay? So that's something very important that you should learn in regards to medical bills, okay? So do not make payments to them, because that's not going to help them. What's going to help you is you negotiate, you get zero balance, and make sure that they're going to remove it from the credit report. The last thing, but not the least, disputing. Every time, this is very famous, a lot of people love to dispute credit card fraud or whatever they want to do. When you dispute something and you're about to finance that dispute gives you a fake score. The reason why is because nobody's really sure if it's your account or not. There is a rule that if they can identify that it was not your account, it will be removed. But that could take 30, 60, even sometimes up to 90 days to be updated on your credit report. So what you do is you have to actually remove that dispute. So it's important that when you're disputing, understand that that's actually not a right score, and the lenders is not going to allow you to be able to engage on a contract, specifically a mortgage, if you have an account as a dispute. So folks, please, this is just very little things that you can learn in regards to how to increase your credit. But here in My Florida Mortgage Solutions, we're here to guide you, not only to give you these little tips, but also to be able to help you to get the best score available. So by the time you're about to finance your home, you get the best program available. Please make an appointment right now. Our phone number is 321-424-6088. Let me just repeat it again. 321-424-6088. We're here for you, My Florida Mortgage Solutions, and have a great evening. Bye-bye.